For me personally, if I'm going to sit here and really give a firm answer, is I don't think it's a good strategy.
Overall, you don't think it,
yeah. The idea is that it's reducing your mortgage. Now,
So you say give.
give with large quotation.
What is up, everyone? I am David Davies. I'm here with my main man, Colin Dombraskis, who is a mortgage broker. I brought Colin in today because we are talking about CMHC and the new program that's coming out September the 2nd. There's a lot of confusion on, is this going to be actually beneficial for me as a first-time home buyer? Or is this going to cost me later down the road? What does this program even mean? There's so many questions. Colin, give me your overall general thoughts. Do you think this is going to be beneficial for the first-time home buyer? Do you think it's going to be not so beneficial? And can you give us this general information about it?
Yeah, I guess just to start off, so for those that don't understand what we're talking about right off the get-go, because there's been a lot of talk about it, but there's still quite a few of individuals who don't know about the program. Government is providing an additional 5% down for an existing home towards your mortgage so that it'll help you basically afford that home and that mortgage. So the idea isn't that they're going to help you qualify to buy more house. No, we were talking about that, but the idea in this particular instance is that you're able to qualify to purchase a house at $250,000. You have 5% down of your own, and the government will give you an extra 5% down for an existing home.
And do they
reduce the monthly
cost? Now, do they give additional money if it's a new build versus?
Yes. So same idea. If you're doing a new build, it's actually 10%. So they'll give you an additional 10%, and it also, the idea is that it's reducing your mortgage. Now,
so you say give.
Give with large quotations, because that's where most are missing. It's
right.
The repayments.
How does it get repaid?
And although it's so anywhere you go for articles, any program descriptions from CMHC, it's an interest loan or an interest-free loan, and that's what they want you to feel, because they don't want you to feel like you're having repayments during or while you're holding that mortgage while you have that home. It's actually when you sell the home that you have to repay it.
So if I buy a home for $250,000, and as a first-time buyer, you're required to put 5% down, I put $12,500. The government will give me interest-free an additional $12,500. So now I have $25,000 down, which reduces my monthly mortgage payments.
About $70 a month.
So I'm
approximately, yeah.
$70 in that example. I'm getting reduced every month. To then you have to pay that back when you sell the home.
Sell the home.
So how does that work exactly?
So what it is actually, it's not a loan. It's actually a shared equity program. Meaning they're going to give you 5%.
This is really important, by the way.
Today's value. I'm giving you 5% today's value, and you're going to pay me back 5% on the future value.
On the future value of the home. So when the home appreciates over time with the market.
As it does.
Yes. So we had $250,000 home. 10 years from now, that home's worth.
Whenever, if the house
they pay back that when you sell that home, you pay the government back 5%.
Back. Whether that house is appreciated to 300 to 350 to 400, you could hold that house for 20 years.
Do you think it's worth it?
It's so hard to say, because for me, if you're
do people do this? That's what they want to know.
People come to me all the time about scenarios like that, and that's why as a professional I have to say, listen, here are the potential situations. So I have to say, if you're going to sit here and tell me that you're going to hold a house for say 5 years, your house is going to appreciate at 1 to 3%. You do the math, it'll almost be a wash. Frankly. Okay. The way I see it, it's what you'll have to pay back.
So why do it?
A big amount, and what you'll save will be about, like we said, about $70 a month. So it'll help you for those initial, maybe that first year or two where you really need that help.
Getting that settlement, getting settled in.
Sure.
All these extra costs that you're not used to spending. And
sell the house in 5 years.
Sure.
You can't, chances are it's not going to appreciate by a huge amount, but look at the last 5 years.
Right.
We've had, I think, an average around 9%. So it's basically putting a stake and saying, well, I'm going to borrow $12,500, and ideally it doesn't cost me $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, because you're risking that your house doesn't continue to increase at similar rates.
Right.
And I can't tell you that.
So they need to call you. Is that what you're saying?
There's a lot of variables.
There's a lot of variables.
There's a lot for me personally. If I'm going to sit here and really give a firm answer, is I don't think it's a good strategy. I
Overall,
think
you don't
other
think
opportunities to get.
And
into the
ultimately,
house.
I think I'm sort of on the same vibe as you. I don't necessarily believe that government is giving out free money. So anyway, I really appreciate the time you took to look at this video. If you have any more questions, I'm going to link Colin in this video. There's a lot of other stuff regarding this, qualifications. There's certain market prices that qualify. There's certain income testing that's qualifying. There's other stuff that you kind of have to go into the weeds a little bit, but overall, doesn't look like the best program that it seems to be. And I think the government's going to make a lot of money over it long term.
Potentially, absolutely.
Potentially. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day.